So this one time, I was at the beach. I was building a sandcastle, and guess what? Underneath the sandcastle, I was digging, trying to get more sand to build up my sandcastle. I found some bones.
Trevor, that didn't happen.
Thor did.
No, no, you came straight from a manufacturer plant to an IKEA to my parents' house and now to here. You were never on a beach.
Well, I remember it, so it must have happened.
Oh, God. Hey guys, Joe here from HR Gaming, and this week we are doing another Pokemon Corner. This one was requested by Jay. He wanted to see me do a specific Pokemon, so I went ahead and did it. This Pokemon is none other than the sandcastle that's built above Bone Pool himself, Palossand. Palossand is a ground and ghost type Pokemon, which means he resists poison, rock, and bug while being weak to ghost, water, grass, ice, and dark. However, being ground and ghost, he also comes with 3 immunities, one to normal, fighting, as well as electric. This is nice to have considering that fighting is one of the most used types in the game. Despite all of this, Palossand winds up in a UU tier, and we'll get a little bit into why that is later on. But he comes with 2 abilities. One is Sand Veil, which is banned competitively because in Sandstorm it raises your evasion 20%, as well as its standard ability, which is Water Compaction, which raises your defense 2 stages after being hit by a water type move. So let's see the stats of Palossand. You have 85 HP, capping out at 192, 75 attack, which at level 50 is 139 with a beneficial nature, 127 without, 110 defense, which is 162 or 178 with a beneficial nature, 100 special attack, which is 152 or 167 with a beneficial nature, 75 special defense, 127, 139 with beneficial, or 35 speed, which is, well, not or, but and 35 speed, which is 87 and 95 with a beneficial nature. Just know this does go as low as a 36 stat. So your base and your lowest stat are actually only 1 point apart. This makes you really, really viable on the Trick Room team because you are so slow. Paralysis actually brings you down to like 9 speed, so that's pretty funny. But looking at some moves that our buddy Palossand, he's our pal made of sand, has on the physical side. He has Astonish, which I know, Astonish. Bear with me. It's 45 base after stab and 30% chance to flinch. This is really good in Trick Room set. If you have somebody that helps set up a Trick Room, you come in and you can just cause flinches for days. You have Bulldoze, which is 90 base after stab and lowest or target speed. You got 150 base stab Earthquake. You have Facade, which is 70 base, 140 after you're afflicted with paralysis, burn, or poison. You have Fling, which has a variety of effects. You can fling something like a Toxic Orb, or like a Flame Orb, or anything like that. Razor Claw. Then you have Return or Frustration. Frustration for Dittos, maxing out as 102 base power. You have Rock Slide, which is 75 base and has a 30% chance to flinch. This is a great coverage move with any of your ground type moves, whether you go Bulldoze or Earthquake. And it also has a 30% chance to flinch, like Astonish. So it provides coverage and also another flinch chance in Trick Room. Then you have Rock Tomb, which is 60 base and lowers the speed 1 stage of your opponent. You have Sand Tomb, which is 52.5 after stab. It traps and does damage for 4 to 5 turns. This is actually going to be one of the sets that I have down below, so keep that in mind for later. Then finally you have Stone Edge, which is 100 base, has low accuracy at 70 or 80, I think it is now, but it has a high critical hit rate, so that's always something to keep in mind. Next you have notable special type moves, which most Palossands will use, considering that's their better attacking stat. With that, you have Ancient Power, which is 60 base, has good coverage with your stab, Earth Power, and has a 10% chance to boost all your moves. Then you have Earth Power, which is 135 after stab, and has a 10% chance to lower special defense. Keep in mind, a lot of these moves have a 10% chance to lower special defense. It's kind of a trend that Palossand has here. You have Energy Ball, which is 90 base and 10% chance to lower special defense. Giga Drain, which is 75 base and leeches 50% of the damage you do. Infestation, which is 20 base, traps and does damage for 4 to 5 turns. Now, keep in mind, this does not stack with Sand Tomb. You cannot use both of those in succession in order to trap and cause more damage to your opponent. Then you have Psychic, which is 90 base, 10% chance to lower special defense, and it's good with Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is a stab move as well, so it's 120 after stab and has a 20% chance to lower special defense. And then finally, you have Sludge Bomb, which is 90 base and 30% chance to cause poison. Next up, we have notable support moves, which you have Amnesia, which raises your special defense up 2 stages. You have Attract, which gives a Pokemon of the opposite gender a 50% chance to attack or 50% chance to be immobilized by love, so it's something that's pretty funny to use. You have Confide, which lowers your opponent's special attack 2 stages of Iron Defense, which raises your defense 2 stages. Rock Polish raises your speed 2 stages. You have Sandstorm, which will cause 1/16 damage to your opponent or any non-steel, rock, or ground types. And also give Rock-type Pokemon a 1.5 special defense boost. Then you have Shore Up, which is a signature move to palossand and also heals more while in the Sandstorm. Sandstorm. You have Stockpile, which could be used up to 3 times, raising your defense and special defense. And finally, you have Toxic. Now, the last thing I want to cover, which is new, I haven't covered it in other Pokemon corners, but it's notable Z moves. You have Z Harden, which will raise your defense an extra 2 stages. Will raise your defense 2 stages rather than 1. You have Z Hypnosis, which will give you speed +1 as well as put your opponent to sleep. You have Z Toxic, which will raise your defense 1 and cause severe poison. You have Amnesia, which gives you a +4 in special defense. You have Destiny Bond, which is great in doubles because it gives you the center of attraction effect. And you have Iron Defense, which is 4 stages in defense. So here are some sets that I think work really well with palossand. I've tested them all out, and I like them all. But this one I call Annoying Trappy because it is quite annoying. You're going to be carrying a Normalium Z and maximizing your HP and defense. You're going to be running Sand Tomb, which is a stab move, 52.5 base after stab. It traps your opponent in and does damage for 4 to 5 turns. The idea is to pair this up with Toxic, which is going to cause more and more damage. Your opponent can't switch out, so they're eventually going to die rather quickly, especially when you have the Sand Tomb damage racking up. You're also going to have Sandstorm, which adds even more damage to that. So taking damage from Sand Tomb, Toxic, and Sandstorm, and you're going to run Stockpile. So your defense is going up, special defense is going up. And then with Normalium Z, as I said in previous videos, Z Stockpile actually does fully heal you. So the idea is to do Stockpile, Z Stockpile, and Stockpile, or Stockpile, Stockpile, Z Stockpile. This way you get your boost, you're fully healed, and your opponent is just sitting there losing his mind as he's, losing his Pokemon and can't do anything about it. Next up, you have 4 special moves. You could run a Life Orb with this set, you could run a Choice Specs with this set, or even like an Expert Belt with this set. You're going to maximize your HP and maximize your special attack and run Ancient Power for the 10% chance for the boost, and it also pairs really well with Earth Power, hitting almost every single type neutrally. Then you have Shadow Ball, and you have Giga Drain to add a little longevity. It's a little bit weaker than Energy Ball, but also it does heal you 50% of the damage it does, and it adds a nice coverage move. Shadow Ball is just for stab, as well as has a 20% chance to lower special defense, which is always nice when you're running a special sweeper. And finally, the last set we have for you is called Let's Get Physical. It's a max HP and a max attack. This is more kind of like to catch your opponent off guard. They're going to send in their special wall to try to block your palossand, and you're going to be a special sweeper, and they're not going to expect it. It's not as potent considering the fact that you only have 75 base compared to your 100 base special attack, and the difference is actually 28 points in attack and defense when maxed out. But you'll be running max HP and max attack on this set. Running Earthquake as your stab. You have Stone Edge and Rock Slide as your coverage move. Stone Edge for more damage as well as the critical hit chance, and Rock Slide for the flinch chance and more reliability. Then you have Astonish for the flinch chance and stab move. It's the only physical stab move on the Ghost side that palossand gets. So it's kind of sucky, but you have to work with what you get. And finally, Facade. Again, you don't have too many moves to work with. You gotta go away. And palossand is actually like a Pokemon that does draw a lot of statuses, especially Paralysis. So it's always good to have Facade on your set, just to like add that 140 base power move. And it's a normal typing, which means that not many things resist it, and only one type is immune to it. So yeah, so that's Palossand in a nutshell. Overall, pretty solid Pokemon. Could attack you from the special side, could attack you kind of from the physical side. Also has a really funny support set that will drive opponents insane. Has a lot of moves you can play with. It actually gets like Z Dragon type move, Devastating Drake, which is always a nice surprise and funny to see palossand use. But I'm going to shovel on out of here. I want to make sure you guys like and subscribe to this channel. I hope you like this video. If you want to recommend any Pokemon for us to do next week, please comment down in the section below. Let us know any sets that you like on palossand. Would you run any of these sets? So let us know. I'll see you guys next week. I'm Joe from Big Shot Gaming, and this is Pokemon Corner.